good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here, all of you. I'm so happy to see all of you here today. As we ended the service, like the prayer portion right here, it ended with my grandma's picture when I passed away in March this year. And right after that was Julia's grandpa. So he was like, oh, I know that face, right? It was a familiar face. So from a young age to recognize, hey, that's a familiar face. That is so important. And we see the many pictures in here and the pictures of all the people who have gone before us. It brings back a lot of good memories. The things that they used to do for us, the meals I used to cook for the Kaisai, and it just it warms the heart. And so I really like seeing all their beautiful faces up here. Anyways, I was almost worried that my dad's picture was gonna be over here last week Sunday, because I thought he was gonna die. We went to the Honolulu Church autumn memorial service, and after they have a onorai luncheon, and so when she was sitting next to me, my mom was sitting right in front of him, and he was eating salad and it was very fibrous. It just got stuck to his throat. And he wasn't breathing. He wasn't like coughing. He was full on like not breathing. And his face was turning color. I was like, oh my God. For a split second, I was like, oh my God, is this going to be the day he dies? But then I was like, no, he can't die. He mustn't die. He still have a lot of work to do. So it's like I was getting ready to do the Heimlich. And then I just had my arms around him and I was like, and then someone whacked him on the back. And he just showed it. So, and then thankfully that piece came out of his throat, but I was like, oh, we were so worried. And I was like, if I squeeze his stomach, like his diaphragm, and whatever pops out of his mouth, it's gonna go straight into my mom's face because she was sitting right across him. But I don't care. We need to see Imoto-san, and really it was like a matter of life and death, like right there in front of my face. I was like, oh my gosh, I was pretty worried, but I'm glad he's okay, and he's able to do Saishi, main pastoral prayer today. So you'll catch that. So we never know when death is going to come. It could be suddenly, or it could come to us slowly. We don't know. But let's cherish our life every day, give appreciation, and be thankful for being alive. But anyways, today's autumn memorial service, and I'm really glad you have come today. It's like doing a huge tree maintenance for our family roots. That's what it is. Today's ceremony is like the big tree maintenance as family. So I know you think about your deceased loved ones regularly and hope that you're making them proud. And I know that you're updating your ancestors from time to time of things that come up in your life. So that regular communication we have with our ancestors and loved ones who have passed away, it's like watering the plants daily. We think about them, their names come up in our conversation. That's like watering the tree. And that's maintenance. And we water it daily and care for it so it stays nice and lush. And that's why our family is so, we feel is so prosperous and we're happy. So large memorial services like the one we have today is for checking up on the roots of our existence, pull out the weeds in the neighboring areas, giving extra fertilizer, and giving the tree an extra deep watering is what we are doing today. And oftentimes we are too caught up in taking care of whatever that sticks out of the ground, the visible portions of our lives. The tangible things like the trunk, the branches, and leaves, and forget to tend to the important elements that have been supporting the tree all along, the roots. And that's very important. Taking care of our roots of our existence is equally important as going on maintenance checks for our own health and for like our car too. If you don't take care of your car, if you don't take care of your health, it's gonna go down pretty fast. And passing on these traditions to the next generation of people is very important in the continuation of the faith in the family and also the continuation of this church as well. If it weren't for you, this church would not be here today. So, but is there any difference or benefit in attending memorial services? Is it worth your time, your energy, and your resources to be here today? It is for me, and I've talked about this unforgettable dream I had a few years ago, and it may be a repeat for you, but I want to see it again. And it was about this elderly man sensei. He's looking in his 80s or something. He's really skinny guy, and he was wearing kokui, the black kimono robe that senseis wear. And in the dream, he is saying to me with a big smile, "Yo omairi deshita." Yo omairi deshita means thank you for coming, thank you for being here, or it's great that you have come. So in the dream, I don't know who this sensei is. All I know is he is a Konko minister, he's wearing the robes. But in my dream, I ask, who is this? Who is he? And I hear a voice telling me that is Tsuda Shimataro sensei. And in my dream, I'm still like, I don't know who he is. But I heard that name very loud and clearly, so I woke up from it. And I immediately wrote it down so I don't forget. And I could remember calling my dad at 5:30 a.m. because I know he's going to be awake doing the Goshinpan. And I said, "Otosan, who is Tsuda Shimataro sensei?" I just saw a dream, and he appeared. And he said in a very surprising voice, and he's like, "Whoa, like that is Tsuda Shimataro sensei, the founding minister of the Konko Church of Kawanoishi in Ehime Prefecture. In fact, we just visited his grave 8 days ago when we went to Japan," he said. And it's true, because we went to Japan during the pandemic when it was very hard to go to Japan. I had to get a special visa on my passport to go, and the three of us were able to go. It was mind-blowing. And he said Tsuda sensei must have been very happy that we visited his grave when we went to Japan. And the faith of the Yama family started with him, Tsuda sensei, giving teachings to my great-grandpa. And you see, I have to be very honest with you, because when we went as a family to, the three of us went to the grave, because we always visit the grave, right? And I knew it was some sensei's grave in Kawanoishi Church. I don't know who's inside entombed in here. I cannot read the kanji because it was in fancy writing, and it was kind of withered because, you know, it was all faded. And so I didn't know whose name was on there. And I didn't bother to ask my parents to say, what does it say? But I did greet whoever was in the tomb, and I said, "Thank you for allowing us to visit." And after my dad told me that Tsuda Shimataro sensei's grave that we visited, I looked back at the picture that I took in Japan, and I did take pictures of everything, including the graves. And then I zoomed in on that picture, and sure enough, it said Tsuda Shimataro sensei's tomb. I was like, "What? Wow, that's so amazing!" And it's a name that I don't ever recall hearing in my life, yet he appeared in my dream about a week later saying, "Thank you for coming." So I had a rush of chicken skin all over, and that was a moment that convinced me that Mitama spirits really acknowledge our visits. They know we care, they know we come by, visit their graves, and they appreciate it. So maybe seeing a vivid dream like mine will convince you the same way, but you know, that's just my personal experience. You have to experience something special for your own self, and I want you to experience something amazing. I wanted to share with you an inspiring story of Mitama spirits, and this story is not coming from me, it's coming from my dentist actually, who used to be a Christian elder in his congregation. He told me he never believed in the spirits of his ancestors, and their belief system doesn't talk about honoring your ancestors. But he told me the older he gets, he can't help but believe all the blessings he's been receiving are from the help of his ancestors. So, you know, I went for routine teeth cleaning recently, and it was really early in the morning, like 8 o'clock, and I was like the first patient. And I always enjoy talking with my dentist, and it's a dentist that my husband introduced me to. And for those of you who know me, I had PTSD with my dentist since childhood. So I didn't go for the dentist for many years, 20 years to tell you the truth. And thankfully my teeth are still okay. And literally, I had to be forced to go to this dentist that he introduced me to, because I was having teeth issues. So he said, "You gotta go, Edna." And he said, I promise you, this dentist is different. He'll make you trust dentistry. I was like, "Oh, okay, fine then." And I went, and he is truly the most amazing dentist ever. Anyways, my dentist, his office is fun. He has pictures of his vacation on the ceiling. So when he's working on your teeth, you can see all like his photo albums of many pictures that he took. And he likes to go to Japan and travel. So he had a picture of a dish, braised red fish, and it looked like a sea bream. And I said, isn't that Thai? And he said, no, it's not Thai. It's something else, but I know it's not Thai, because he said his major was in marine biology. So, and that's what surprised me. And I said, wait, how did you go? Can you elaborate? How did you went from marine biology to dentistry? And then he told me a great story. Yeah, he said he graduated with a bachelor's degree in marine biology, but finding a stable job in Hawaii was almost impossible. You have to have like a PhD. So he was consulting with his mom, and the mom was like, She just said one sentence to her son. Your grandpa was a dentist. That's all she said now. That's all she said. And then she became curious. So he's like, grandpa was a dentist? Wondering what more prerequisites he needs to go to dentistry. He thought, he only needs a few. And then he got them. And I went for an interview for dentistry school with the interviewer. I forgot his name, but he is considered one of the godfather in dentistry. This one dentist that interviewed him. And he was a stoic, grumpy-looking Japanese man that interviewed him. Very scary looking. And at the end of the interviewer said to him, so, do you want to be a dentist? And he said, no, I don't. And then I asked him, well, why didn't you want to be a dentist? And he said, because I was scared. Because, everybody else had ties, right? So everyone else that was trying to get into dentistry had like a father or like a close relative that was already a dentist, so it was easy to get into the field. But my dentist, he had no background other than the fact that his grandpa, which he'd never met before, was a dentist. So even after telling the interviewer that he did not want to become a dentist, 2 weeks later, he received an acceptance letter from the dentistry school. And he was surprised. He was like, how the heck did I get in? And his parents didn't even pay a penny for his education. He had to pay for himself with loans and things. He mentioned that there were even people who were bribing the dentistry school to let their son into dentistry with huge sums of money. But my dentist was a country boy from Hawaii with no strong dentistry ties and knowledge whatsoever. It was just his grandfather, who used to be a dentist, that sparked his curiosity. But he never met him before. And as he got into dentistry school and graduated, he realized that it was not as hard as he was expecting dentistry school to be. It was not as hard. He was expecting everyone to be smarter than him, but he said it was basically a bell curve. Only a few were like extremely smart. They could get A's for every test. And like a few were like always flunking, not doing very good. But there are a few people who are outstanding and intelligent. And he said, but most of us were just average people, he said. Just average people who had one thing in common: they all worked hard. They're very diligent and didn't give up. So a few became dentists, changed their career and ended up becoming teachers instead or something else. But all hardworking, and he was in the middle of the bell curve, so he was one of those average people, he says. And he was happy that many of the students were actually like him, not too smart, but had a determination and were very, again, hardworking. So in the end, if you work hard, the results will show. After he graduated, he needed a place to practice his dentistry, and he didn't have any office. And he said, all that I have been this whole office, he's doing this, is till this moment, could never have been done by me alone, he said. I'm sure that my ancestors have paved the way for me to be where I am right now. That's what he said. Even this office, with the perfect view of Pearl Harbor, I know it's a really nice view he has, is a blessing, and he believes it was his grandfather's spirit and his ancestors who made it come to pass. He was attending a baby's party one day, and he met his classmate who was also practicing dentistry for about 2 years. But he was not a business-minded person, so he decided to quit. Different, right? And then he asked him, hey, are you interested in purchasing my office? And that was like the perfect ball that came to him, right? So he said, yes. On that spot, he said, yes, I'll buy that office from you. They came fully equipped, everything. He said, everything was falling into place so perfectly, it's unimaginable. He could only explain that it was his ancestors guiding him every step of the way. And he said, one female patient told him, do you know why I only go to you? And he said, I don't think I want to know why. But she said, I'll tell you. She said, I see 3 people behind you. She said that, the patient said that. And he thought she was crazy because he didn't believe in ghosts, right? But the lady could see 3 people behind him. And she said that these 3 people are always watching out for you. And that's why she comes to him only to receive care. It brought me chicken skin and it blew my mind. I feel like crying while he was brushing my teeth, cleaning my teeth. He said he really cherishes his ancestors. And when his mom died, he planted a puakini tree in his front yard. And he touches it every day before he heads out to work. And when he has something on his mind, he goes to that tree again and he touches it. And he communicates with his mother. He even taught his children to talk to the tree, to touch it, to pray to their ancestors when they are stuck in a problem. So when his children, who are grown adults now, come back from the mainland, right straight from the car, what do? They run to the tree, they touch it, and they say, Mom, Grandma, I'm cold, I'm home. When they leave for trips, he makes sure to pray to the tree, to stay connected always. He said there's no way that the spirits aren't there. He can feel their presence every day, he told me. And he said the older he gets, the more he can acknowledge their presence in his daily life. This is such a touching story he shared with me, and I'm sure my ancestors guide me into this meeting this dentist as well. All the people we get to meet in our lives, I believe, were divinely guided for us to meet. And I'm just so grateful. So, as we honor the Mitama spirits today, let us remember that though they are no longer here in person, their spirit is alive. Let us treasure their presence, speak their names, and keep them alive in our hearts always. Our connection to our ancestors and loved ones does not end with death. They are still with us, praying for us, guiding us, and rejoicing when we remember them. So I hope you can continue to say, Tadaima, like I'm home, when you come here, to honor them at this your mind, and may we feel their Okai Nasai. You may not hear them say Okai Nasai, welcome home, but we can feel them, and let's be there to feel it in our hearts always. So I want to thank you very much for this meeting. You guys deserve it.
thank you for attending to this service. Edna mentioned about the Tsuda said the current situation, the Prime Minister of the current situation. She had no idea, about Mitama. He had a dream. How he went to this Korean side and over Korea. And Mitama seems to respond to her so excellent prayer. It's really strange that this could happen. Even today, we recite so many about, actually, I'm supposed to recite over 240 people's names. For some reason, I missed one sheet of paper. I didn't something wrong, but I find out. And when I look at them, my prayer notice, I fail to read the name of this list. But anyway, Kami-san, Mitama seems to respond, even though we can see the real Mitama. Some people say, I can see Mitama, but I cannot. But it seems, Mitama seems to respond to us. For some reason, I try to wear this which is Kyo. I got this about 50 years ago. Soon after I went to the academy, about check for Shugyo. One day, once I say the second day, your mother offered donation to me to buy some gold from ceremony of gold. What do you want? Cheaper one or another expensive one? This is, I thought, if mother wished me to wear, then she could get maybe high price one. But 高いものお願いいたします。これです。お Maybe she cheap one is okay. 高い方です。And he got go to this half a century ago. And this may be the mother of me staying at the Yamai Church of Shino. I really appreciate this. Actually, when we respond to the soul extent by people, if my mother is care about me, oh, you can wear people, then I will respond to her. Like we are going to attend I'm going to attend the 30th memorial service of the late Reverend Fumiyasa on November 23rd. Because I think he is into about mine. And also we are going to attend the 20th anniversary memorial service of my father, the 10th memorial service of my mother and my brother. So I wanted to my family, for my wife to join this ceremony. So they responded. So several of us are going to attend. This is really great for me. They responded to my prayer. I have to say thank you to my mother, to my father, and my brother. We can see the monitors pictures of this minister members. When I watch this, I say, oh, I want to see them again. もう一度前ね。Anyway, this is my thought about this today's video. ありがとうございます。やみ本校来天気が金の神真に願え我らは心にあり今月にで共に
So he's going to read the name that he skipped. He forgot to put one page in, so he'll read the name.
平野正治の御霊のたまり口はじめの御霊のたまり口大根の御霊の山下今の御霊の梅野那須の御霊の園田清の御霊の園田基盤の御霊の岩田義子の御霊の有川敦代の御霊の柳田神の御霊の神、牛島綾子の御霊の神、漆島真一の御霊の神、山本増の御霊の神、山本信子の御霊の神、山本照之の御霊の神、山本清水の御霊の神、大畑正雄男性の家の御霊の神、正木シャウダデーブの家の御霊の神、正木応援の家の御霊の神、金光の義人の御霊の神、桃田に義行の御霊の神、桃田に品子の御霊の神、桃田の家の御霊の神、アンゴラの彼の家の御霊の神、パーチの家の御霊の神、カヤナの家の御霊の神、ウエダンの家の御霊の神、ケリアの御霊の神、コロンの御霊の神、マカリン、アヤバラン、エリザの御霊の神、ヤバロン、アンセンドの御霊の神、ロサド、マキシーの御霊の神、エグチ、シギエの御霊の神、イゴチ、サイチの御霊の神、ワガーのキリエ、ジャムの御霊の神、 章馬朝と次の御霊の狼、章馬朝と前田に御霊の狼、家の御霊の狼、青森の御霊、ユダルスの御霊の狼、ルビーのマーシャの御霊の狼、今の家の御霊の狼、今のエイドバーの御霊の狼、東京の春にの御霊の狼、大瀬のメールの御霊の狼、イーデンの勝利の御霊の狼、ジローマの安い人の御霊の狼、関東、関東の御霊の狼、片岡、秋行の御霊の狼、鈴木がの御霊の狼、陽の吉子の御霊の狼、四世御霊の御霊の狼、千秋京都の御霊の狼、谷川人間の御霊の狼、玉川、ブライアンの御霊の狼、上川、パスキンの御霊の狼、ユーはマイカル、ゲーム、ファイザーの御霊の狼、岡、ステーキ、ゲームの御霊の狼、岡、シヨコ、ミルの御霊の狼、秋田、ポールの御霊の狼、フェロン、マーク・ジュニアの御霊の狼、久保、ロバートの御霊の狼、久保、秀子、ヘイジの御霊の狼、上中、重信の御霊の狼、上中、久美子の家の御霊の狼、上中、小石の御霊の狼、上中、平子の御霊の狼、大沢、オスケの御霊の狼、大沢、家の御霊の狼、大沢、吉政の御霊の狼、宮坂、八重の家の御霊の狼、宮坂、クレ、北川の御霊の狼、桂、ゆずろ、アランの御霊の狼、桂、やすこの動画の御霊の狼、よく言いますか。
ご理解。
Page 73, number 27.
Okay, so 27. Kami will clear your accumulated offenses until you are 40. If you get sick while aged, people might say, even if we take care of him and he fully recovers, he still won't be able to work. Let's not care for him. But if you get sick while young, people will take care of you, thinking you'll still be useful after recovery. Thus, Kami will clear away the offenses until you are 40. With your accumulated offenses, you will have a difficult time until 40, but after that, it will get easier. Oh.
Okay. 28. People ask Kami to take away their accumulated offenses. But when Kami starts to do so, they run away because it's too painful. Kami then has to withdraw his hands, which was so kindly extended.
29. Don't ever retire from active life. The word inkyo, retirement, literally means to be in hiding. Being in hiding is the same as being dead. Don't go into retirement.
30. Though people retire after reaching 50, they shouldn't do so regardless of their age, since Kanano Kami created man to work within the universe. Thus, one should keep working as long as one can move his arms and legs.
31. Don't think of your child as your own before he turns 5. If he gets hurt before age 5, the fault lies with the parents. After that, the fault lies with the child. If the child dies before the age of 5, you needn't be saddened, as the child is not yours. However, you should apologize to Kami, saying that it is your fault, and then request to have a healthy child.
Right. 32. If a child says he wants the offering that you are placing before Kami, give it to him. It will make the child happy. If the child is happy, Kami will be happy.
33. If the husband practices faith and deep worship, his wife will also receive it.
A wife should pray to Kami-sama if in the morning, then pray specifically to her husband from here.
Thank you. Hai, お母さん。
ほら。
いつもの。どうぞ。ございます。板を4つ。実は長2つ2つということで、ヨヨの親と、そしてシャイニーシマルミラ。よろしくお願いいたします。もっと大きい。もっと大きく。もっと大きく。
Someday
がとうございました。Thank you very much. See you next time.
食前
Before we go downstairs, let's put the stage because it's really graceful. Yami Konko Dai Kenji
Sincerely with all your heart, become the courage, presence, unity, grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Let us have it always, now and forever, on this very day. Pray. 皆様の命のために神の神の与えられたものなど退職するので食物になるぞ食物は我が心で6にもつになるものぞ何を食うにも飲むにもありがたくいただく心を忘れないように何を食べたいかよ何を食べたいかお隣を食うて覚えてない現地からの感にするときにあれだいRather than come for whatever food we eat in nature, we pray for health, for good health is the foundation of all things. Here on Konko, license and insurance, and so on.
はい、ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。Thank you very much for following us online too. Have a good week. Bye bye.